Right, I don't know if Samuel's coming back there, and we're running out of time because we have our last speaker, which is Iζαμπέλ from Greece. So I think we'll have to go over to Iζαμπέλ. Hello?
Oh, sorry for the delay.
Right, okay, Iζαμπέλ.
Okay, so very shortly, as I said also yesterday, I would like to share an information concerning our organization, Wellbeingr. So we are participating at a festival organized by the World Health Organization here in Athens and focusing on the mental health of kids and adolescents. And in that respect, we are going to have a stage for something like 20 minutes where we're going to present the recommendations of the the European Union on well-being at schools, and there we're going to present some interactive activities with some teenagers, focusing on also on some aspects of mindfulness and breathing exercises. So that's going to be also a very nice occasion to present mindfulness practice, and also we're going to have a booth where again we will present some of the tools we know. So that's one of our upcoming projects. We're very happy and looking forward to it. So thank you for giving me the occasion to present the concept of well-being of mindfulness and ancient Greek philosophy, a timeless wisdom for conscious life. And as an introduction to this concept, I'd like to say that mindfulness is often linked with Eastern philosophies, but it does has its deep roots in ancient Greek thought. And Greek philosophers extensively explored principles as self-awareness, presence, and purposeful living. So by revisiting their insights, we can see how this wisdom, ancient wisdom, is very much aligned with our understanding of mindfulness today. So we will explore very shortly the intersection between those two, highlighting how how these insights remain relevant for cultivating a more balanced and conscious life today. And I'm going to jump directly to Socrates and his strong belief that living a meaningful life really depends on examining methodically our thoughts. And by turning inward and questioning ourselves, we may cultivate a deeper awareness, which is a core component, obviously, of mindfulness practices today. So one of his famous quote that I chose to mention here is, "The unexamined life is not worth living." So here Socrates obviously emphasizes a need to reflect on our own behavior and thoughts, encouraging self-awareness. So it is all through dialogue and through contemplation that Socrates fostered the culture of mindful presence, urging individuals to pay very close attention to their experiences and exterior and interior experiences. Then a few words about the famous Delphic maxims. So those are ancient guidelines for mindful living. There are in total 147, and we may find them throughout our ancient texts. 3 of them are still carved here in Greece at the Temple of Apollo at Delphi, and I chose to mention 2 of them. The first one, which is also the very famous one, "Know thyself," which underscores the value of self-awareness, and it is again by understanding our patterns, our thoughts, that we may develop a foundation for mindful living. Then there is a second one, which is also quite relevant, "Nothing in excess," which advocates for moderation and balance. And again, mindful awareness also helps us recognize our limits and steers us away from any kind of extremes, which that in turn enable us to take healthier decisions and have healthier behaviors. I couldn't miss to say a few words about Stoicism, which is a philosophy of embracing the present moment. So Stoic philosophers like Epictetus emphasize really on the importance of concentrating our energy on what we can really influence. Then they also urged individuals to harmonize their actions with reason and with natural law, both individual natural law, which is specific to any person, but also collective natural law, which is obviously on a larger scale, promoting an attitude of acceptance and resilience. Those values, we see that they align closely, again, with mindful acceptance in present circumstances. And one of the most memorable Stoic quote in this respect is "act well the given part," which reminds us of actors that are given a specific role to play, and they just need to play their role without, being influenced by what's happening outside of that role. So this is a wisdom that focuses in our everyday roles as persons and responsibilities, and again reinforce our mindful attention to the present. A few words about Epicurean simplicity, which is all about finding joy in the simple joys, simple moments, and in meaningful relationships with our beloved ones, far from any kind of excess, any kind of extravaganza, which is not needed. Also, one of the major goals of Epicurean philosophy is to live free from any kind of non-necessary fears, particularly the fear of pain, the fear of death, which again, if we think about it, mindfulness does cultivate that kind of similar mental freedom by anchoring us in the present and reducing any kind of monkey mind thinking. One of the most famous Epicurus quote from Epicurus is that it is impossible to live a pleasant life without living wisely and well and justly. At last but not least, a few words about Aristotle, that viewed self-knowledge as a starting point of wisdom and happiness. Understanding oneself is obviously essential for making virtuous choices and living a flourishing and eventually a happy life. Again, goals shared by mindfulness practice. Achieving eudaimonia, or what they said at these times, good life, the good life, depends on aligning our actions with our values as persons. And developing self-awareness, again, all that mirrors the transformative aims of mindfulness. One of the most famous Aristotle quote in this respect is, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." I love this one. So as a conclusion, I'd like to say that the teaching of the ancient Greek philosophers, from Socratic introspection to Stoic resilience, offer, in our view, timeless and spaceless also guidance for mindful living. And it is by integrating these insights that we may respond to modern challenges with more clarity and more composure. So I would like to suggest to embrace these enduring lessons, using them as a foundation in order to cultivate a richer, more mindful, and eventually happier existence. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Iżaμπέλ. And I myself had rediscovering the ancients, the Stoics, and Greek philosophers and Roman philosophers. And I know former Congressman Tim Ryan in the United States, he has now left Congress, and he's looking at Stoicism to deliver mindfulness on a cross-party basis at state level in legislatures across the US. So it's a great way of doing that, reconnecting with our own Western past on this issue. So thank you for that.